Just in case you've missed it, from art to art. Now, breaking news out of Korea, a banana worth £96,000 has just been recently eaten by an art student. I don't know his name, but he just decided to eat that piece of art. Now, what I've got to ask you, do you think a banana is worth £100,000? Or do you think art is in the mouth of the beholder? Well, we just recently purchased this piece, so I think it's time for lunch.
No. I paid $100,000 for that. What are you doing? That was so bad. I'm so sorry.
So from bananas to beer. Well, not quite beer, but it's the closest thing we have in the fridge. Now, you might have noticed a bit of, let's say, wokeism, talk by Bud Light beer. Now, Bud Light have just had an influencer that's hired called Dylan. Now, Dylan's caused a bit of a stir with the typical Bud Light user. Bud Light, frat party, male. The new VP for marketing has, let's just say, been put on a leave of absence. So has her boss. I don't think it's every day that someone can join a business and take $5 billion off the share price. You might want to relook at what your target market is and just then make a decision before you become really woke. So to put this into perspective, Bud Light was actually poured 15% more than Coors Light and Miller Lite. You got that? So 15% more. And now it's poured 6% less. So you could say that was a bit of a debacle. Sales in store have also dropped 17%. So to put this all into perspective, it's a $5 billion off your share price. It just goes to show what one campaign can actually do to harm your business.
Budweiser head of marketing guy. Only you could take a beer and make it queer. Oh, no. 20 years of amazing ad campaigns, and this is where we end up.
Not gonna buy it.
What the f were you thinking?
If I was in marketing, I'd be trying to figure out who my target market is before I made a decision. But as you can see, some decisions, unfortunately, are woke. And this is one of them. So woke up, Bud Light. Let's see how they get themselves out of this. I'm too sexy for my cat. Too sexy for my cat. I just got my ticket for the Met Gala. Not only do you have to be invited by Anna Wintour, you also have to pay $50,000 for a ticket. Now, if that's not exclusive, what is? But what do you think of my outfit? And no, this isn't my hairpiece. This is my cat. If you're wondering why people look a bit funny, some dressed as a cat, you're going to be dressed like Karl Lagerfeld. You might not know Karl Lagerfeld. Karl was so cool, he left 30% of his estate to a cat. So naturally, someone has come dressed as a cat, and good on them. It's quite a cute cat, not the sort of pussy I like to stroke. And Formula One is back, and it feels like it's been an eternity since we've watched a race. Well, Baku, back in the action with the sprint format. Now, if you don't know what that is, there's a longer race that is on the Sunday, a shorter race which is on the Saturday. Now, interesting to say, a lot of people having a dummy spit about this, especially Max Verstappen. And when we looked at that, I'm surprised George Russell wasn't whinging as well. Is this good for spectators? Yes, but it's no good when it's a boring race, and I can tell you, the main race, very boring. Do I think it's cool having a sprint? Yeah, I do. I think it's a good idea. Why they're there, do a couple over the year, mix things up. Max didn't think the same thing, and he definitely let everyone else know about it. But some interesting things in the race. Ferrari gets third place finally, with Checo with number 1 and Max at number 3. Checo won both races, the sprint and the main race, which is interesting, and it was very unusual to hear Max be very complimentary about his partner Checo, so that was interesting. But in the main race, Checo, Max and Charles Leclerc actually sat in the number 1 seat, and Perez came up to him and said, "Can I sit there?" And Charles Leclerc, funny enough, said, "Can I just enjoy this?" Because he finished third, not first. It was a pretty funny moment in the briefing afterwards. But the main thing from it was lots of rumours around the track. Taylor Swift and Fernando might be an item. Now that would be an interesting item. Very good looking man. She's pretty good looking herself, I guess, so maybe imagine they're babies. But more importantly, the blow up that Max had with George Russell. George is pretty much the biggest whinger going around. I guess he is a pom. But Max and him had a bit of a disagreement.
Mate, we all have no grip. We all need to leave a little bit of space. But expect it next time the same, you know?
So that was quite interesting to see, and it's good to see the guys fire up. We might be a little bit saddened because this could be a whitewash from Red Bull, and nobody wants to see that. We all remember Ferrari winning every race, which made everyone stop watching. So come on, if Netflix were there, I'm sure it'd be a different outcome. And there was also talk that the paddock was really quiet. I think everyone was too scared to go to Azerbaijan, Baku, but they won't be scared this week. Miami is coming up, and I can guarantee it's going to be a party atmosphere. Would love to be there. Red Bull, if you've got any tickets, you know I'm in Adelaide.
I'm going to Miami. Yo, I heard the rainstorms ain't nothing to mess with, but I can't feel a drip on the strip. It's a trip.